Okay, here we go. Let's get right to it. Here I have one of my faves, my Hoya in a variegated. I believe they have an outer variegated one now. Haven't gotten that one. I did try the all green version. Unfortunately, it didn't do well. I think the plant wasn't very healthy when I got it. And so that one did not survive, unfortunately, but I will get it in my collection because I love the shape of these little leaves. They're so cute. And I'll probably try to get a cutting of the outer variegated one too. I would like to add that to the collection. And up here is one of my, they're all my favorites. It really is. It's going to get ridiculous because I don't know who to call a fave. They all are. This is a pachoclata. And as some of you know, this has been renamed to subquintinervis or something like that. I'll put it up on the screen. But I still think of it as pachoclata because that's what it was labeled when I got it. And look at the veining in that. Isn't that cute? But anyway, I want to show you another one I have here. I love the woody stems though, and the way this one is growing. But look at the color of these leaves, right? Let me flip it around this way you could see better, maybe from the natural light. All right, so you see the color of this one is lighter green. Well, here's another one that I got later on from the same grower. Who did I get this from? I believe it came from Gabriella Plants. So here, I'm sorry, I'm moving around so you can see. But this one has a deeper green color. And it has a little bit on some of the leaves. You can see the margin gets darker. So if you give it the right lighting, there we go. You can see the dark margin. But let me tell you, these are some fuzzy, velvety kind of leaves. I just love this plant. Sometimes the leaves are round, sometimes they come to a little point, so I don't know why, but who cares? It can grow just as it wants. I don't care, one of my favorites. Okay, so on to the next one. So here you see one of my Numeroloides. And let me bring it up, maybe you could make out the peduncle. Look at that cute little peduncle. It did bloom for me. And the other one I have bloomed around the same time. So I'm not sure what the trigger was, the change in temperature maybe. You know, starting to get cooler at nights. I don't know. Some people seem to think that Hoyas will bloom for you if there's a change in temperature at night, as it would be naturally for them out in nature. This too has a really velvety kind of fuzzy feel to the leaves, and I just love it. And if you could have, I think I posted pictures of the cute little blooms. I'm trying to hold this thing steady for you. I think I did. I'll try to find a picture. I'm sure I have a picture of the blooms. They were so cute and tiny, and boy, smelled good. Okay, here we have my variegated. I call it Wayeti. I know there's another name out there. I don't know if it was Kentiana or whatever. This is what it was labeled when I got it. It was a variegated Wayeti. It's a slow grower. It's filling out. It's not as sun stressed as usual, but when it gets more direct sun, it does sun stress really good. I may put it downstairs under the lights just so we can get that intense color in the leaves. This here is a recent, I took cuttings from the original plant. I'm trying to bush out my Rosita. So this is in Fluval Stratum. Here's, I think, the original here. I really want a nice full pot. Here's another set of leaves that another cutting I took. Hope you can see that. Sorry for the lighting, guys, the backlighting. Maybe you can see better that way. Okay, up here I have one of my other faves. Okay, this is my Hoya Croniana Black is what it was labeled. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that big debate of whether Croniana and Lacanosa are all the same. I believe they're related. I don't know if they're the same. I really don't care. I love them. Fast growers. I love the stems on this. All right, you're going to see a lot more Lacanosas and Croniana in my collection. Okay, let's move on to another section. Here's one of my older cuttings that's grown into a beautiful plant. This is my Hoya Crimson Queen. It's really beautiful. You could see here, look at these leaves and look at the stems. Look how the pink is coming into the stem. It's never done it quite like this. It's cute the way this is looking right now. This particular plant it took a while to start growing for me, but then it started popping out these beautiful white leaves. It's really a nice cutting. I mean, it grew into such a beautiful plant. It's getting larger. It's really taken off now. So she's sitting here under more direct light. I did neglect her a little bit. You might see a couple of yellowing leaves here. Kind of forgot to come up here. You know, you get overwhelmed with your collection. Just grows and grows. Gets out of control quickly. Here I'm going to take this away from that lighting because it turns it very yellow. I want you to be able to see. This is one of my, I have two. One of my, okay, let's do that again. Okay guys, so here on this shelf, I have my Hoya curtisii. I'm moving it around so you could see it better with the lighting. I want you to see the actual plant. My lights make everything look a little yellow, so I don't want you to think it's unhealthy. It's not. It's doing very well. So this, when I first got my curtisii, I found them at Home Depot, by the way, in these little 3-inch pots. I was shocked to find, I'm always shocked to find Hoyas there. If they do get Hoyas, they get sold out quickly. You know, so you have to just catch them at the right time. The curtisii, at the nursery, there was a full pot, maybe double the size of this, right? It was going for like $50. Now, I wasn't about to spend that much. I got this at Home Depot for a couple of dollars. I don't remember exactly. But this has grown so much, and here's when it started really growing for me. I couldn't gauge when to water this plant because it wasn't as obvious as some Hoyas, the leaves, like when it needed water. So I felt like I was ruining. I had two of them. I got a second one just in case. I wanted this for a long time. Well, anyway, I decided to put it in this pot, which is drying out. There's a little window there. It's in self-watering. Now, I didn't put this into pond. I just kept it in the medium I had, soil. And it's a very airy soil mix. I had changed it, I think, when I first bought it. However, like I said, I wasn't really sure, and I didn't want to lose the plant. So, because I would get dry stems that would just dry out. And anyway, long story short, I put them both in self-watering, and they're both doing great. The other one is downstairs. You'll see it when we go down to where most of my Hoyas reside, downstairs. Okay, let's move on. This is, I'm going to say the name. I'm not sure if it's absolutely correct. Sorry for the watermarks, but this is actually just cuttings from the mama plant, which I'll show you in a second. It's Coronaria coronaria. I'll put the name on the screen. And here's just another little plant from that same mama plant. And let me show you the mama. Wait till you see. Okay, so here is the mother plant. She has been growing like crazy. I found her at Dutch Plant Farm, hanging by the water feature they have in there, and looking very happy. She was in this pot, I believe. I don't think I ever repotted her, not yet. But she was, you know, hanging. Everything was just dangling. She was like trailing, basically. And I just fell in love with this. If you could feel how velvety and smooth these leaves are. And then if you get the right lighting here, I don't know if I could do it. You have to have it like in the sun. You can see the venation in this thing. It is beautiful. And it grows like a weed. And I'm starting to see Etsy sellers selling a small little cutting or a little plant, like in a 4-inch pot, which I just showed you. I think it's going for like almost $50, $40, $50. So I'm like, that's the plant I have, which is one that I haven't seen many people post anything about. But yeah, she's really, these leaves, you can't appreciate it right now because the light's not hitting it the right way. But later, maybe I'll post a little shot of it. I do have a shot of it with the, in the sunshine. Oh my gosh, it's mind-blowing. But yeah, this one is growing like crazy. I had a short trellis and had to update it with this tall trellis, and she's already like starting to go crazy, go up that side of the trellis. And I'll probably do another one crisscross the other way once it gets full. But yeah, I'm going to try to take more cuttings and sell this eventually. I think a lot of people would enjoy this plant. You know, it's beautiful. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so right here is a very successful propagation of my pubicalyx. Oh gosh, can I get this out of here? Let's see real quick. Okay, there we go. Better lighting. Very successful, easy propagations from the mother plant. The mother plant, if you guys have been following me in the summertime, I put a couple of Hoyas out in my greenhouse. And thanks to Rachel from Lots of Pots and her warning, she probably saved the mother. The mother started getting burned immediately, like within a day. I brought the plants back inside, and there were some leaves that looked like, I don't know, the plant just looked sickly. So I took a bunch of cuttings, actually made 2 of these, and it's in, is this pond? Yeah, it's in pond and self-watering, and it's doing very well in this mix. So definitely, I like pond for my pubicalyx. The mother is still in soil, and you know, an airy mix of soil, the original from when I first got her years ago. But let me tell you, the babies are catching up to the mama already, because I really chopped the mama back, and they're doing very well. This is definitely a great first time Hoya for anybody who's, I gave my mother one. Her plants passed these guys, and that's because she had it out on her balcony this past summer. But the last time I checked on it, it was doing fabulous. Now it's never bloomed for me, but I have hopes. Hopes for it. Down here is my beautiful, what's it called? Chelsea. Now you see my Chelsea has some yellow edges, and I don't know if I think I was watering a little too much, or maybe underwatering, not sure, but she's still die hard. Look at her. She is still growing like crazy. I love this plant. Very cute leaves. And I love the dark green. She's just spreading out, so she got a whole shelf to herself right now. Okay guys, so now we're downstairs, and this is a shelving unit that I love in this corner because I sit and eat right in this room and gaze at all the beauty staring back at me, as you can see. All right, so here, this is Hoya Fitchii. I don't know why I wanted to call it Patsii, but I think it's Fitchii. Fitchii, yeah. And this is a recent purchase. She's doing very well. I love it. I'm going to take cuttings real soon, propagate from this plant. Can't wait to see it bloom, but I'm getting new growth here, as you can see. Beautiful plant. Here next to it is a Crassi Petiolata Splash. Now, I just repotted this plant. I thought it was suffering a little bit. I lost a few leaves. They looked dehydrated, so I looked at the roots, and thank God I did, because I feel like it needed something. So she got the hydrogen bath last night, and I potted her up into pond. So hopefully this will be an easy transition for the plant. Hopefully just an improvement, because I'm not sure what was going on with the plant. But anyway, this here is Bertonier variegated. As you can see, I have some variegation. Now, if you look closely at some of the older plants, this one, you can barely make out the variegation, but I was watching Unsolicited Plant Talks, and she was doing a little thing on a video on this plant, and she said that the variegation will come back if you give it the right lighting. So as you can see here on this stem, it's looking very pretty. So hope to see more of that. But either way, I love these fuzzy leaves. Now, I have what was sold to me is DS70 Bilobata. The leaves look the same to me. Let me get that plant for you. So here we are. This is my Bilobata, or DS70. I'm not sure. The leaves are very similar to me. As you can see, there's the Bertonier, and here's what was sold to me as DS70. I love these velvety leaves, and this plant has bloomed for me numerous times, but I noticed there's a peduncle right there. Can you make that out? Can you see it right there in that light? I have about 3, I think, on this plant. And yeah, she was blooming like crazy. But then I up-potted her, and I haven't gotten a bloom since. So maybe she was stressed in the other plant, and in the other pot, and that's maybe why she was blooming for me. I don't know, but I love the plant. This is about a 2-year-old plant, maybe 3. Yep. She's filling out nicely. Okay, on this shelf, you see a plant that I think I shared this with you about a year ago, maybe earlier this year. I purchased this plant. It's Obovata intervariegated. Now, I can tell you there's been some leaves that I lost along the way. I chopped it back, trying to stimulate some growth. Now, I don't know if this was the newest leaf right here. And you know, the Obovatas are funny. They come in all kinds of different shapes. And that's okay. Could be a little wonky. But I love it. It did better when I put it outside in the summertime. So next summer I'll get it outside in the little portable greenhouse thing and see if it takes off. My original Obovata, the green one, took a long time to start really growing for me too. This one's in pond though, and I feel like it likes pond. Seemed to do pretty good. Now this is a Dischidia, but I just have to make a little note because look at how she's starting to sun stress. Can you make out the color? Anyway, let's get back to Hoyas. Okay, so this here is, I have different lighting all over here. I'm just trying to get you the best picture possible. Here we go. This is my Lacanosa mint. Now, the funny thing about this, with that whole controversy about Lacanosa and Croniana, look at the newest leaves. That's your typical Croniana spade-like shape, right? That's the newest stem I got. And then look at this. Can you make it out? See that little peduncle right there? It shot out a couple of peduncles. One looks like it's going to blast, but nothing's happened yet as far as plant and flowers. So look at the older leaves, how long they are, how big they are too. But do they come out like this and then change shape over time? I really don't know. I'm new to, I think I started buying Cronianas last year and now getting into the Lacanosa craze. I don't know why it took me so long. But yeah, look at that pretty color. It's kind of, just as it's called, mint. Kind of minty green when it first comes in. It's kind of silvery as well. So yeah, that is my Lacanosa mint. Let's keep it moving. Here I have my variegated Hindu rope. And this one's outer, the elbow marginata. Now I lost a stem recently. I know that the original one took forever to grow for me, but this one I just bought. And the reason why I bought it was because I saw somebody's beautiful photo of their blooms. Oh my God. So this one was really bought for the bloom, and hopefully I'll get a bloom one day. Right here next to it is a struggle plant. Not sure what I was doing wrong with this plant, but this is my Carnosa freckles. The only thing that's really freckled is one of the original leaves. I've chopped back, and if you can see right there is a new growth point. Here's a new leaf coming. I did a serious chop back the other day and it was dropping leaves too. So I didn't know what was going on with this. But I'm trying to pay close attention to it. I sprayed it. I don't know if it had mites or something, but it seems to be coming back once I did the chop back. So we'll see if we get any of the variegation in the newer leaves. Because as you can see here, that's not much splash at all. No freckles there. And behind that is another Crimson Queen. This one was struggling a bit. Her color is a little lighter in green, but you can see the new leaves are coming in with that beautiful color. Starting to shoot out the white leaves. So that one's doing pretty well. Down here is my Hoya. And I noticed recently that the leaves are really sun stressing with the lighting here. Beautiful Hoya. Love this plant. I wish the other one would pick up and grow as fast as this one does. Alright, so let's move on. Alright guys, so on this shelf, I'm going to start with one of my new faves. This is Hoya villosa. I'm thinking it's a Villosa Chowbang or Chowbang. I'll have to look at and put the name, the exact name, on the screen. I'm hoping that's what this is. Not absolutely sure yet, because I see a lot of people label this as villosa / globulosa. Now I have one that is the longleaf version. It's a more mature plant than this one, but the edges on the other one are wavy. This one's more smooth, feels the same. I feel like underneath is kind of little fuzziness going on there. Beautiful venation. Don't you think? Can't stop looking at this plant. Now, when I bought my globulosa longleaf, I was really aiming for the Chowbang, I think it's pronounced. But I was aiming for that one. I didn't realize there was a difference. And I saw globulosa, bought it, and then I ended up with these long leaves that have, on the edges are very wavy. Comes to a point and it's fuzzy underneath, smooth on top. However, I don't know that this is the same exact version. And I'm hoping this is the other one because that's what I wanted originally. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see. Time will tell. You know, if the leaves are going to change as they mature, I'm not sure. But I like the compact style of growth here compared to the other one. I'll show you that in a few. But first, let's look at the Surigauensis. I got it out. This one. I have it on this orchid stick right here. This is bamboo stick for now. I want to trellis it because when I saw someone showing this off, it was beautiful. It was just on a trellis and all the big leaves. Gorgeous. And I do want to sun stress these leaves a little bit. I've seen pictures. I don't know if it's a different one or if it's the same one where the sun stressing really brings out the venation in this plant. Very pretty though. I love it. Hasn't given me any problems. I repotted it pretty quickly, but the seller was Gabriella Plants, and they use a very coarse kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Sandy kind of soil mix for their Hoyas, so far I've noticed. So it wasn't that big a change for the plant when I put it in pond. And that's a thrifted glass. I just put it in there. And this one is in a plastic cup, sitting in a glass cup with a reservoir filled down there. So just a note. Okay, over here, this Hoya SPUT033 is what it's called. Now, let me get this here. Which lighting is best. This plant has not given me any new leaves yet, but these two leaves when it came were still not, you know, quite mature yet. They were new leaves, brand new leaves, and they felt very limp. So I have not potted this in pond yet. I will, but I was giving it time to adjust and acclimate, and now the leaves are nice and firm. But yeah, I think I like to get it in pond and maybe give it a different style trellis. I really want to see these stems fill up with the leaves. But yeah, UT033 is the name of this one. Okay, now let's move down here. I had to look it up. I went brain dead. I couldn't remember her name. Rotundiflora. This is a recent purchase. And you guys know I haven't potted it up yet in my pond, but I will eventually. Just giving it some time to acclimate. But I'm in love with this. And if you guys can, I'm going to try to attach a picture of the photo up in the corner of the beautiful balloon shaped like flowers. Oh my God. And then they just pop open. What a cluster of beauty. That's the best way I could describe it. But yeah, I'm going to try to attach a picture in the corner here so you can see what the flowers look like. And apparently it's an easygoing plant. So we'll see. Time will tell. Next to it is the other Curtisii. I told you about the other one already. It's upstairs. And you can see she's really full, doing very nice. So yeah, if you have a Curtisii and you're struggling with the watering, just put it in self-watering. You know, that's my recommendation. And here is the other pubic calyx. Look at the leaves, the new leaves, the color. It's really pretty. Yeah, pubic calyx splash is what it was originally. I never had great. The mother plant had some really beautiful splash for a while there. But as I told you the story earlier, the mother was in trouble, so I chopped away and have backup. So yeah, I've actually cut that plant down quite a bit over time. I've given my mother cuttings. And yeah, here we have Lacunosa Asami. I just potted this up And I took that little stem that was trailing already and I pinned it down. Can you see the little pins? Pinned it down so they can root and get bushier, because I like to see this part of it be really nice and bushy. Very pretty. I love the leaves on this. Now, I don't know what clone this is. I know there's clone 1, clone 2. Which one is the more reliable variegation? I have no idea. But so far, all the new leaves have the elbow. And I hope I get pops of color. It reminds you of the carnosas, right? Which one is it? The outer variegation. The looks like a little miniature Carnosa Crimson Queen. Except when you start looking at the venation there, or the ribbing on that leaf, look at that dark green. You can really make out the shape. Beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, I'm drifting. Here's my other numeroloides. And where are those cute little peduncles? I don't even see them now. Please tell me I didn't lose them. Oh, here. Here's this tiny little peduncle here. Hope you can see that. There's another one here. And they both did produce the cutest little flowers, as I told you before. Now back here, I cannot find out the name of this plant. Seriously, look at the leaves, guys. I need help. Please let me know. What is this? I feel like it didn't have a name. I think it was a number, like an accession number or something. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. I believe I got it from Gabriella Plants, but I can't find a tag or a receipt right now. Let me move this down so I can get to my... We got issues here. Okay, there we go. Safe. Let me bring it out. Okay, these beautiful. Look at that brand new leaf. It's very glossy and pretty, right? This is the India, Hoya India. I don't know, it's just beautiful. I really appreciate this. I love shiny, dark shiny leaves. This is the newest leaf. It's looking really gorgeous. Get it in different lighting so you can see. Sorry guys, I'm probably making you dizzy with this. It's got a little bit of fuzziness. If you kind of zoom in, you can make that out. But yeah, beautiful plant. It's been carefree in this pond and self-watering. So yes, highly recommend that. I'm trying to make my plant life a lot easier over time. So that's my goal. All right, one last look at them. Here we go. Going up. Can't wait to see you flower. And this one, I'm curious to see what's going to happen, what it turns out to look like. Let's go over there and find the globulosa. Let's look at that one next. Okay guys, so this one here was cuttings from, I took a bunch of cuttings from my Hoya Crimson Princess. Part of it had reverted to just green leaves, and I've always wanted a green carnosa. Because I tell you what, they're beautiful. Beautiful leaves, beautiful plant. This one's gone through a little bit because she was outdoors in the greenhouse as well. So you can see some of the original damage, the burn there on the edge. Yeah, but other than that, it's doing okay. As you can see here, there's some growth, new growth coming. She's just easy care, very easy plant. Filling out nicely. Like I said, it was just a couple of cuttings, rooted in water, and then just potted it up. And it's in soil. I love these see-through pots though. So it'll stay like that. I'm not going to change it right now. And here we have, oh God, I love this plant. My Sigillatus round leaf, as you can see. I'm trying not to spill water. It's in pond, in self-watering. And I don't know if you can appreciate that it's starting to get that purple tint. I don't know that you're going to be able to see that here in this lighting. But yeah, so I guess the margins are getting darker on the leaf. And she's just carefree shooting out all these tendrils. Here's a new leaf. You can see that purple color I'm talking about. I love that. Yep, gave me a new leaf. Sweet plant. And I think it has given me a couple of new leaves, but this is the newest one right here. So yeah, Hoya sigillatus round leaf. I don't have any of the other ones with the long leaves, you know, elongated kind of slim leaf. Never really appealed to me, but this one, I like it. I like the way it looks, and it's very easy care. So yeah, definitely recommend this one. Here is one of my old plants that has grown into such a big, beautiful plant. My Crinkle 8. I tell you, she is so gorgeous. Let me see if I can bring her up closer. I was watching someone's video the other day, and he takes such beautiful pictures of his plants close up, and he made me realize some things about this plant that I don't particularly pay attention to. I went back to look, and you see the little hairs on the stem there, and that color it's coming in with. It's a very beautiful plant. And I don't know if you remember, if you saw that video, you should check it out. The video of my black pagoda that was its neighboring plant for a long time. Something weird happened with one of its leaves. It started forming these little depressions in its leaf as if it was mimicking this one. I don't know what's going on between those two, but yeah, blew my mind. I was sitting here having breakfast one morning and just staring over at the plants, and the light hit that leaf just right for me to notice. I looked at it and I'm like, wait a minute, that plant doesn't typically have a leaf shaped like that. That looks more like my Crinkle 8, and made me get up and go look at it. And I'll try to post a picture if I can find it in the archives here. But it was really cute. I have no idea what was going on there. I'm not trying to imply anything, but I don't know. The plants were side by side for a long time, but now they're both outgrowing their spaces, so they've been separated. Okay, so now we have to go upstairs. I think I took care of everything down here. I forgot a couple upstairs. Some of my oldest plants. I want to show you how big they've got. I'm sorry, before I go up, I realized I didn't show you this baby. This is the globulosa longleaf. And remember, I was comparing it to the villosa. I am not the best photographer today, so sorry. Okay, so see, side by side. See the difference in the leaves? Do they come to a point? Yes. But the venation is a little different there. I don't know. I don't know. Is it just because this is an immature plant? Is it going to look like this? Only time will tell. But look at the edges. The leaves are definitely really long. And these little jagged edges here. This one kind of feels similar, but not exactly the same, but very, very much the same family, I would assume. So yeah, villosa, globulosa, whatever it's called. I'm hoping this is the Chaobang. Okay. Thanks for watching part 1 of my Hoya collection 2023. Part 2 coming soon.